back to Novelty with S&B. I'm your co-host, Beck.
And I'm Stephanie.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are the cutest, sitting there, just enjoying some tea.
Just hanging out.
As Animal Crossing characters, because we can't do it in real life.
Dude.
I know.
It's
the worst.
I'll talk about it later, but I made like an afternoon tea, like all the like sandwiches and like the little treats and stuff. And I was so sad because I couldn't share it with you.
Yeah, I wish. One of these days, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be nice, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of tea, are you drinking any right now?
I am. I'm drinking the Bigelow pea flower, butterfly pea flower. Yes. Mine is the oh shoot, no, I gotta find it. Oh. Mine is the chamomile, cinnamon, blackberry leaf, red clover, vanilla flavored one. Vanilla midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So mine's it's called Sapphire. And I wrote down all the stuffs in it. So it's chamomile, butterfly pea flower, blackberry leaves, red clover tops, blueberry fiber, passion flower, pineapple pieces, and mango juice granules. And it's blue. It's like the coolest thing.
Dude, it's so cool.
And naturally blue, not food coloring. It's natural, so it makes it fun to do. And this is the one I was talking about pairing with The Night and the Moth last episode, because not really like flavor so much as like vibe, just because if you look at the cover, it's very blue. And then the tea's blue, and it just, I don't know, it just fit. Yes.
Moth
You know that cover is a photo?
Yeah, dude.
I watched the whole thing about it.
TikTok? Me too.
Yeah.
And she was talking about like the sequel of it, and she's like, well, actually it's a photo and they're going to do a shroud. Yeah, that was so cool.
Like a model, and then they dressed her up in two different outfits, and like the flower by her face is actually floating in water, like it's real, because it almost doesn't, I mean, obviously it's like, you know, doctored and everything, Photoshop, but it's still like amazing. I kept looking at it after that. I'm like, man, that's really, really cool. So yeah, I thought that was awesome.
World of AR artists via Rachel Gillick, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and it's the first of the month. June. It is
the first of the month.
Yeah, it's raining here.
Is it really?
It is, off and on, and it's it's like 80 something degrees, which honestly feels lovely because it's been already like 100 plus. So the 82 degrees is welcomed. Yeah, it's been sprinkling and raining off and on all night, and supposedly off and on all day today and tomorrow, which is so rare, especially for, I mean, this is like the beginning of, it's not quite monsoon season yet here, where we get we're supposed to have a wet summer, which I really freaking hope we do, because past 2 years have been like nothing. So it's nice to see it start a little early. And what do we do on the first of the month?
We blow our cinnamon. Okay, so do you blow yours in or out?
In.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
I stand outside, put it in my hand, and I
mean, like, what like magically is the difference? Because like blowing
I'm bringing it in.
Abundance, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing it in.
Blowing it out is to like get rid of all the bad juju, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So for the last couple of months, I've been blowing it out.
I probably should, but I'm like being greedy.
Give me money.
Give me the things. No, yeah. I love doing it, and I always like look around my neighborhood before, so people don't, you know.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, because people are judgy.
Quick look down the hallway.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. And then my husband just walks by shaking his head like, oh god, here she goes.
I told my mom to start doing it, and she's like, oh, I should.
Yeah, I hope she does.
I hope so too. And then like plant rosemary in front of your door. Unfortunately, in Arizona, I don't think rosemary would last very long.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
I got my broom by my door though, so we got
there you go.
One. The natural one, you know. So I have that going for me. So what's the first topic of the day?
You want to talk about your Pokemon?
Oh, sure. So honestly, Animal Crossing has been taking priority lately.
100%.
I spent a lot of free time on Pokemon before, and now that I've gotten back into Animal Crossing, I haven't been getting on Pokemon as much. I have to remember to like check in everywhere I go, because sometimes, like especially when I'm with the kids and stuff, I just don't think about it. And then I get home and I'm like, dang, I could have
spun the wheel.
I know, I could have spun some things. But I did check while I was at my kids. They were getting my youngest two were getting their teeth cleaned, no cavities, and exam. And yeah, there's a Snorlax there, and like when the CP is just question marks, and you're like, hell yeah, dude. So I used like 8 golden raspberries and all ultra balls. A great curveball every time, right?
Good job.
Finally got him. Finally got him. Yeah, man. I'm glad he didn't flee though, because that makes me so sad. Because I'm like, what did I miss out on? But,
hate it. Yeah.
Yeah, but 2739 CP Snorlax. So I am super. He's my strongest. I don't have super strong ones right now, so I was super excited. I'm like, heck yeah.
Oh,
so yeah. And I love Snorlax. He's so like we have so much common. Snorlax.
I do too. See my Pokemon shirt that has like Snorlax on it, and it's like take a nap, and the only options are yes.
Yes,
I love it.
I know. So, anyways, yeah, and I wanted to. I know you're gonna talk about your Pokemon things, but I got this freaking postcard from you. The book art was my favorite one. Like, yes. So it was so rad.
I also have let Animal Crossing take over my life, except I like to go to places that is going to have a cool postcard because I don't know. I just like sending the postcards. That's like my favorite part of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So I went to a bookstore here in Santa Clarita. It's called the Open Bookstore. It's like a used bookstore, and it had antiques and stuff too, which is really cool because
yeah, for sure.
I got a chalice and I put one of my plants in it. It looks actually really cool. So if you guys want to like tour, like a book tour or like antique tour, I'll definitely do that.
Yes.
But yeah, basically I just go to get like the postcards and send them to you because like I have a few that are waiting for you.
Oh. Oh yeah, I know. I save them. I have forgotten to. I think I've saved all of yours.
Yes.
But sometimes I do forget, and I'm like, no.
Oh, 100% do.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Save your own too. I'm like, oh shoot.
I never save my own. I know. I mean, I don't have any there. Well, I have some okay ones, but none are as cool as you. I need to go back to the place of the spitting frogs because that's what it's named. The landmark spit. It's like a fountain, but it is frogs, and I'm like, ooh, I need that one because it's just funny.
There's one around here that's it's a plaque, and it's on this day nothing happened. Like that's the best one. I sent it to Jake, but I don't think he saved it. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Talking about going to a bookstore, and don't get me wrong, like it's a cool bookstore, but it being used books, it doesn't necessarily wasn't like something that I was looking for because as most of you know, I only keep like treasures, like trophies, 5 stars.
Yeah, book trophies. Yeah.
And like, they didn't even have Sanderson there, which was kind of sad.
You know what? Neither does our bookstore. Our used bookstore doesn't have. They have. I don't know. Nothing that interested me. Although I will say, long time ago in Germany, there was a used bookstore on base at Ramstein, and I just grabbed it real quick. I grabbed a copy of Brave New World, and it's a 1953 edition, and it's really freaking cool. Just because it's old. Shit. Yeah, I've had this for a long time. I got this back in Germany. You never seen it? I never showed you?
You probably did, and I was probably like, oh, holy shit, that time too. And I just
yeah. So I really because I saw it, and I'm like, because they'll have like the old ones, like the older ones, like on the on a shelf like behind the counter, and I asked about that one, and it was only like $25. I was like, yes, please.
It?
So yeah, it's really cool. I love it. And I checked the edges, like, okay, no bookworms. But yeah, it's
gotta put it in the freezer.
Yeah, it's really it's just cool to see such an old copy. I don't open it a lot because it's not like it's old enough to where I don't, that was before my parents were born. They were born in the 60s, so it's pretty rad. But yeah, that is cool. So like buying books like that, but it's hard to find things. And sometimes I'll go to like a thrift store too, and I'm just so overwhelmed because there are no rhyme or reason, and I just because I'll see people post like, "Oh, look what I found," and I'm like, "How did you find anything?" Like they're just
They must have
stacked.
so much more patience than we do.
That might be the thing because I can't like it's a little much. But yeah, used bookstores. There's a really big one in Phoenix, but I'm afraid I'll just walk in there and be overwhelmed and be like, oh
yeah.
no.
And just turn
You
around.
know, yeah. I just maybe need to like have a list of like all the classics I want and maybe look at like vintage copies because I think vintage books are so cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and,
So maybe.
but I do think too, the Kindle, having a Kindle really just like ruined bookstore shopping for me. And like, it's not necessarily that, like, I have fun at a bookstore. I just don't find the necessity to go as often as I used to.
Right. Right. And I don't, I do have to admit though, like, I hate that it's kind of, I mean, the internet is not doing good for any brick and mortar, to be honest, but it is nice to like read the Kindle version. You're saving money, and then like you don't want to have stacks of books you don't enjoy. Like I have a bunch from when I first started reading, and I plan on, I'm probably going to donate them to like the library or something, but like I didn't like them. So like what you do, I definitely was like, well, I copied.
That's
I was like,
I should. The internet does.
Yeah, I like read on the, you know, on the Kindle, and if I like it, like recently I went to the bookstore, and actually everyone got something, including my husband, which was super fun. But I got, yeah, I got Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is a 5-star for me, and it's one of my trophies, and I wanted a copy of it, so I bought it. But it's nice for me to read the books first, so I'm not like wasting my money. You know what I mean? Like,
well, like the Kindle versions of the books are oftentimes cheaper too, unless you get like a mass market paperback used or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm still going on Amazon to buy that, you know.
Yeah, it's I just like the Kindle too. It's just convenient. I mean, it's just this, you know, you can have it anywhere.
Well, you see something on Goodreads or TikTok, and you're like, oh, I can just download it now.
And you know what helps me? So I put on the bottom left, I have what's left in the chapter, right? How much time's left in the chapter. And then on the bottom right, it says like the percentage of book. But I think it helps me when I'm reading something like, I hate to bring him up, but, you know, I'm going to bring him up, Sanderson, where his books are like 1,200 pages. If I'm holding that.
Oh, yeah, that's like hands cramping.
And it's so much more intimidating. And I don't like realize, like, I'm not keep looking at how many pages I have left. Like, oh, I'm on page 500, and I look and it's like barely a dent. Yeah. Like, for me, it's much easier because it's on a little screen and I just swipe. And like, yes, I know because I can see the percentage, but it's not as like in my face as like holding a friggin', you know, 8-pound book. Now, if I read it and I love it, which with him I always do, I'm going to go buy it. But because it's easier to read.
Yes.
On the Kindle, especially big books. But it helps a lot with that. And even like series, like when I read Throne of Glass, I bought the series. Yeah. So, and it was not bad. And I could just, now this is sort of thing, you'll be spending double the money because you're like, ooh, 5 stars, and then you go buy it. But to me, it's worth it.
Well, and
right.
I'd rather
5 star.
Yeah. And then I like to, when I can, obviously, I like to buy it from a local business, or like even there's a bookstore in Rapid City that has an online bookstore that I prefer like putting my order in because you know, then you're supporting somebody that actually is making a living off of this instead of, you know, Amazon that's a conglomerate that could give a shit less if they sell, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So I want bookstores to make it.
Obviously,
Barnes and Noble is huge. They're opening a bunch of new stores. I think BookTok really has helped them. Honestly, and it got me. Well, you and BookTok combined got me back into reading. So, and I think a lot of people have either gotten back into it or just have gotten into it because of that, which I love. But yeah, Amazon, it's just got the convenience.
Yes.
Of it too. And then there's, you know, KU, where you can read a lot of books that are free. Like the book I'm currently reading, which I'm going to talk about later because man, I'm gonna end up buying this one. It's so goddamn good. But I'll get into it later. But it's KU. So with the subscription, it's free. And I'm listening, so I'm doing both. I'm listening and reading. And oh, guess what? It's free on Audible. Oh, oh. So, and I'm like, this is like the best thing. But that's smart because now I'm already gonna read another one of her. I'll get into her later. There's a lot of cool things I have to say. But anyways, yeah. So
okay. So before we get too far into our book talk,
BookTok.
How's your island coming?
Okay, so my island is progressing. I have 5 villagers, and I opened up customizing, and I have a bridge, and
I have a
bridge, and I just got the what's it called with Isabel, the big. It's not a tent anymore. The community
resident services.
There it is, resident services. I just got the main building today, so I'm moving up. But
moving on up.
We'll come to my island eventually, but hers is better.
This is such a lie, dude. I just got.
You come to mine later, and you're gonna be like, oh.
No, dude, I started too. You know. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Oh, I just got terraforming. Like, I'm still like doing shit too. You know.
That's so bad.
It took me literally. We started this 6 weeks ago, and I just got terraforming.
Well, I don't even have it, so
yeah, but you restarted like 2 weeks after me.
You have a turtle.
My snapping turtle.
I love him. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So. Tell everyone about your unwanted villager.
My God, you ready for this? Here he is. Here's the asshole.
So sad. You know, my kids had him on their island, and
What's crazy though, he's not in his house, so I can't show. But he has a cool house. It's like space themed. It has like an astronaut and like the wallpaper is stars, which is cool.
Yeah.
He's just like Shane. Like, he's just mean.
And speaking of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
We found out something because me and Beck, we call it like we make kindred jokes because we like feel the same about everything except thatched roofs.
Yeah. Let's go over here.
Love them. Where are you at?
I went to the right.
Oh, whoops.
To look at this thatched roof. Oh my God, it's so gross, dude.
Where are you at?
I'm
you are. You don't like it?
No.
I love it so much because you can. It's like old timey. Like, I'm gonna put okay. I have one thatched roof. I can't wait to put a bunch of the pine trees. What are they? The cedar or whatever, all around his house because it's gonna look so fun and fit the little mushroom things. I'm so excited. I love the thatched roof.
It has a ponytail.
It's just tied up, you know.
It's just a messy
top knot. It's just a house with a top knot. It's fine.
I think it looks like too. For me, it just looks like too tropical or something. Like it, and I understand the irony of it being an island game.
In my defense, well, I like these too, but my villager has the really dark.
Oh yeah, that would make it better.
Tropical. It's a little more pulling a weed. Anyways, yeah. So
Please
actually enjoy that.
All the weeds.
I save them. I have bags and bags for that little sloth dude that comes.
Jeff hates him.
Why?
He doesn't like his face. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, he does have a thing with like animated.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's so funny, Jeff. But I like the thatched roof, so
I love that for you. But you see my flag? I got it off the internet. I didn't make it, but I do love it.
Yeah, it's super cute. I love it. Okay, so are we going to talk about our book of the month first?
Would you like to talk about the book of the month first because I feel like that's going to be a long conversation, or would you rather talk about the books that you read the last couple weeks first?
I can talk about those first. Okay. I can talk about those first. I will start off with Piranesi. It is that is a fantasy book by Susanna Clark. I kept, as TikTok BookTok does, I wanted to read it because I kept hearing how it's like a life-changing book. So Piranesi is a character who he lives in this like house kind of thing with endless halls and statues with like there's like an ocean there, and he documents like I'm making this as short as possible trying to explain it.
No,
He documents his like observations, and he believes like this is the entire world. It's a bunch of statues and like halls. There's an ocean, there's tides. He has it all kind of figured out how it works, but he believes all of that to be the world. That's it. He doesn't really understand that there's anything outside of it, and he does slowly start to figure things out. There's another character who he runs into from time to time, and he starts to kind of realize what's going on slowly, and then somebody shows up, an unexpected person, and wants to return him to the real world. So, and that's a very, very, very shortened, condensed what's going on in the book. So it's not bad. Like I get it. Okay, so memory, solitude, struggling with your identity, trauma, like it goes through like pretty much isolation. Everyone, I guess, like takes away something different from a book. It's one of those. There's no real like plot. I mean, there is, but it's more of like a vibe than anything. And it's one of those books where I think everyone kind of takes something different from it. I didn't have some big like from it like some people do. If you did that, that's good for you. It's the world building was amazing. I will say the way he describes the statues and stuff is really cool. Like he does it well. Like, well, the author is a female, but she did it well because I can see it. I can visualize it, and I liked how his character was with like the few animals that he ran into, because he did believe that was the whole world, and he was isolated, he was alone, and so it's like caring about things that like you walk by a bird and you think nothing of it, and for him it was like everything to find that. You know what I mean? Like,
sure, yeah,
that was cool. I don't know. It's just that for me it was like the ending. It didn't really seem like finish. Like it ends, I guess, but then you're just like, huh. Yeah. And I think that's kind of a point within itself. But it was. I mean, I think everybody, some people really moved by it. Personally, I was like, oh yeah, it is for those people. I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't have a moment or anything. So yeah, it was okay. It was pretty
okay.
The world building was really good. I will say the descriptions of everything was immaculate, but everything else I was just kind of like, meh. So
your cup of tea?
No, it was not. Not my cup of tea.
I am proud of you for like branching out, though.
Yeah, I have been lately, like trying different things, and that just wasn't. I respect it and like I get it, just not my thing, right? So I have another book I'm going to talk about that I actually DNF'd.
Wow.
And I know, and it's not. Well, I'll get into that later. But for a tea pairing, though, I do have a pairing suggestion if you want to give it a whirl. So yeah, I actually did tea pairings with everything, even my DNF, which is funny. But white peony. So it's like a slightly subtle, slightly floral, and it's like a delicate flavor, but also like layered. So much like the character himself, it kind of gives that same vibe, if you will. So yeah, white peony I think would be a good pairing if you want to give it a whirl. I wouldn't say not my cup of tea, but I'm not gonna not recommend it because it has done a lot for a lot of people, and it may be something you need or something you get a lot out of. So it's not a book I would not recommend. It just wasn't for me.
For you, yeah,
if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about?
Yeah. I finished because we were talking about it earlier or last episode. I finished Rose of Jericho.
Yeah.
It's the second installment of Red Rabbit, which actually is one of my favorite books. Red Rabbit itself is kind of like this cowboy Western, but with ghouls and vampires and like just witches, and it's more supernatural than just like a regular old Western, you know?
Yeah.
So we catch up with the characters about 10 years later. So Rabbit is grown up, and then Sadie and Rose are now living in, I think they were living in Maryland, and then she gets this letter from her cousin that she doesn't have long to live, so it would be nice if they would come and visit her before, you know, time's up. Mm-hmm. And they end up buying like this haunted house that everybody in the town says it's like haunted, and two of them being witches, they can see all of the ghosts, so you get like the backstory of all the ghosts.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. The town is called Ascension, but something happens that now nobody can die. And it kind of starts off kind of weird that like this cousin that was gravely sick, she just wakes up one day and she feels fantastic, and like she just goes about her day. Her son ends up getting like run over by a carriage, and like it gets pretty gruesome. Like you can see viscera and stuff, and like he just gets up and is fine. Just put a scarf around it, you know? So it's actually like, I wouldn't call it splatterpunk because it's not, but like there is some like more gruesome details that go into some of the deaths and stuff. And then I thought part of it was really interesting because there's one character that is in first person and the rest is in third person. And you discovering what this character is actually like is like a mind blown situation. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. I wouldn't say it's like 5 stars. I enjoyed Red Rabbit a lot more. It's actually on my shelf. I'm pointing as if anybody can see me. But I don't think I would get Rose of Jericho.
No? Okay. Can you read the first one as a standalone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them as a standalone if you really wanted to.
Okay, but they can't, but they do go together.
They do go together, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
wait, it is a cup of tea. Just not 5 stars.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. I forgot that that's a segment that we were doing.
Yeah, that's new. So yeah.
And then I would give it like maybe like a rosemary black tea, like for the yeah, because it is a darker book, so obviously black tea, and then like more of like a rosemary, like that like herbal taste, you know, that smoky herbal.
Yeah, kind of like classic. It gives me like a classic feeling. Like that's fun. And
then you gotta cleanse your insides, dude, because rosemary is a cleansing herb. After that,
there you go,
dude.
I have to read it because it sounds like something I would enjoy. Both of them, really.
Well, yeah.
So
you don't love cowboys, but it doesn't. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like cowboy in the sense of like I don't know. I think Tombstone is really good, but like it's not.
Tombstone. That's like the only one I like.
Yeah.
I think from what you're saying, this is a little.
Oh, talking about which, we have to go to Tombstone. We have to go and see that rose bush.
Oh yeah, and I've been there and I've never seen it. I've been there. I was there recently. Well, within the past couple of years, I went with Adam's. Well, maybe about like 4 years ago. I went to Adam's parents came down, and we took them because they've never been to here, Arizona. So we took them over to Tombstone, and I mean, it's like super touristy, of course, but it's still fun. Like if you've never been there, like it's neat, you know. But yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah, and it's so reminiscent of T. Kingfisher. Yeah.
Did you see my book?
They're gorgeous. Those are the ones from that website you sent me, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And we had to use currency, like the English money.
Pounds. Yeah.
Silly money. No, that's Canada has the silly money.
Yeah, it's like laminated.
It actually got here really fast.
It did. I want to get the hollow places. So
well, it comes as a set, so I don't think.
Oh, you can't get it. I'll get the set then.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm fine with that. fine with that. Those are really neat.
I've never read the twisted ones.
Well, then I need to read it. I need to read it. I need to read so many books. My TBR is ridiculous. But what did I do instead of read the twisted ones? I read The Bridge Kingdom.
Oh, did you?
That's by Danielle L. Jensen, which wrote
Yeah.
the book you read. What was that book called? Fate, Ink, and Blood.
Here it is. Yep. The one that I kept seeing everywhere, and then it was like...
I didn't realize, because you reviewed it. And I didn't realize it was the same. Like, I don't know, that was a while ago, right? I didn't think about it.
I don't necessarily know if, like, well, obviously you DNF'd it, so I wasn't sure if, like...
Oh, I didn't DNF.
Oh, you did it? Oh, okay.
No, I actually finished it. Yikes.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's very, badass girl goes to new land. She's a spy for her father, who's evil, and she's a trained assassin, blah, blah. So same shit, different day, romantasy. I mean, pretty much. Laura's our FMC. I can do romantasy. Please don't get me wrong. And I kind of have like a way I rate romantasy where, I mean, I guess I'd give this like a 3 because it's not bad. It's just not good.
Yeah.
Maybe a 2.53 because I'll even give a book that I thought was okay a 4 if there was something different. Yes, which there was with The Knight and the Moth, and there was one thing that helped that book, which we'll get into later. But this was so generic and the FMC she was just doing the dumbest shit. Like her inner turmoil, and there's no excuse for it. Okay, there's no excuse for it. People, that's because she was. No, it's fucking stupid. And like King Aaron I think is he did the thing. He did the thing that all of them male leads do, where he's like a badass and you love him pretty much for who he is, and then he turns softy.
God damn it.
Little bitch. I'm just kidding. But he gets all like
a puppy.
He falls in love and then he just completely changes, and everything that made him special or made him
unique,
good for his people, unique, whatever, is just thrown to the wayside because of, boobs. Like, can we not? Like, I was just reading it and I'm like, all right. And I finished it, which the whole trash TV, I like compare a lot of these books to that because it's like, I want to know what's going to happen. So of course I keep reading it, and I didn't DNF it, but it was very meh. So I didn't DNF it, but I won't continue with the series. There's another one. Everyone, I've seen a lot of reviews like the second book's better. I'd hope so.
Yeah. Well, and
I mean, it probably also doesn't take much.
Why would you have your second book better than the first book? Wouldn't you want the first book to be? I don't know. Obviously, it should be good. It's just like you want to get me hooked. Then
hooked. Yeah. I don't even care enough to read the second. And I saw the books when I went to Barnes and Noble, and I didn't buy them, but they're real pretty. I was like, I hope I like this because it's so pretty. Nope.
So I can buy it later.
So was it my cup of tea? No. And for a tea pairing, I don't know, just plain,
just water,
boring, black. I'll do black iced tea, just plain.
Oh, like for McDonald's?
Yeah, like not terrible. Like I'll drink it, I guess. We all know what it tastes like.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love me like a nice little sweet drink and a sweet treat, and
yes,
go out, dude.
But plain ass, McDonald's.
And you know
sugar.
what? It's somebody's favorite.
Well, and they should ring the Bridge Kingdom. So yeah,
we're gonna see around McDonald's like, oh, she got black iced tea. You should read
a book recommendation for you. Exactly.
That's funny.
So yeah, I did that one. The one I DNF'd. Well, I'll just talk about it real quick because it was a DNF. So Sword of Kaigen, who's by M.L. Wong, and this book is huge in the fantasy community. Everyone swears by it. Now, for me, I just got done reading, not all, I'm one book away from finishing what has been released from my archive so far, which is very battle heavy, and I'm kind of taking a break from that. So part of it, I think, was that, because it's a very battle heavy book, but there is a massive glossary. So I guess originally when she started this, it was supposed to be a series, and it ended up being just one book. So I think the glossary was kind of made to like, because it was going to be a series, right? These really are my thing. Like Sanderson and other fantasies will have it's not a glossary. There's a glossary, but you kind of figure out what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where like in this book, I was like, what the hell? And I don't like going back and forth. Like I'm just not. That's not my thing. Some people like that, not me. And I think you can figure out some of them, like some of the words. I don't know. I couldn't get into it, and people love it. People swear by it. Just I DNF'd it. I wasn't even far into it, and I was like, you know what? This is not. I'm not feeling it. And for it being, 700 pages, I think almost 700 pages, I'm like, I'm not gonna, if I'm not feeling it within like the first, what I was few chapters into it and not feeling it. So I'm like, you know what? Nah. So I DNF'd it. I don't think it was bad. It was interesting enough. It was just
I have so much other shit to do, my man,
I do, and I like if I'm gonna read this, like I might as well keep going on with Sanderson, and I'm taking a break from that right now. So yeah, it wasn't my thing, but people love it. So although it might not be my cup of tea,
it might be yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's a no though. For now, maybe I'll do it again one day, but not right now. So yeah. What about you? Did you read anything else?
No, I just read The Night and the Moth twice because I wanted to make sure that like.
You read it twice?
Yeah. Well, it's Audible, so like I just listened to it twice. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that like I wasn't missing anything,
Right.
Talking about which.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I did go ahead and I did this yesterday. I made a whole like afternoon tea platter, which I kind of want to do for every book of the month that we do. So I'll go quickly over what the menu was. Obviously, it's the butterfly pea flower tea. I did a ham and cheese sandwich because in the book they always came up with she always had like a plate of bread and cheese
yes.
And then for the scone, it was a boysenberry scone. For which we will talk about later, but boysenberries are in the book. And then for the treats, it was a apple pie, like a little mini apple pie, because she's eating an apple in the first couple of moments of the book.
Yeah.
And then a blood orange sugar cookie because she has to drink the blood of the folks that she divines for, and then just a lemon Madeline because they're delicious.
I love that. Yeah, those are good.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah,
I talk of like the aesthetic of it too earlier, but you can look at it later since we're busy.
I will. Yes, I will. As soon as we're done. Check it out.
Be careful, you might get stung. Okay, so The Night and the Moth is this book about these diviners that they have to drown in order to have these visions of to tell the future, basically, of the people that come to get their divinings. They have to bite the palm of the people that come and drink their blood, and they drown. Legitimately drown. 5 of the diviners go missing, and it's up to 6 to try to find out what happened to them. So she gets in league with a knight, Rory, and the king, Benedict, and another knight, Maud. It's Maud, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's basically our story. Without getting too much more into detail because you can't. Oh, there's a gargoyle too that comes along.
Oh, I love him.
I did love the gargoyle. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so I did also go back and listen to the first couple of chapters of One Dark Window because I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being biased because not to get too into like my traumatic situation, but like my process of getting books now has changed a little bit because I can't necessarily read full on smut anymore.
Right.
And like, so I wanted to go back and make sure that it wasn't that my taste had changed, that I thought that the Night and the Moth wasn't up to my standard of One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. So I did go back and just listen to like the first 3 chapters because I just, and honestly, I wasn't wrong. Like, One Dark Window is still like a great book. And also, I should say, The Night and the Moth is a good book. I would, spoiler alert, I would give it 4 stars. Right. Her writing is still very good. It's atmospheric. It gives me the vibe, and I was never taken aback by any of like the conversations, or like I didn't think anybody was cringe particularly. Like I didn't good characters and all of that. There wasn't any necessarily like over the top, like I don't know, like Fourth Wing is very like Fourth Wing is what I judge all romantasy, like bad romantasy against. Like it wasn't YA like geared by any means. Like they didn't talk like they were in Wattpad or anything. Yeah. It wasn't a bad book. However, there's a few things that bothered me.
Yes, and I agree with all.
I think it would have been fantastic had we left out the romance part, because Rory to me wasn't fleshed out. He wasn't a fleshed out character to begin with, and for me to fall in love with him was a stretch. I didn't buy the romance.
Neither did I.
And I want to like kind of emailate on, because I sent you a TikTok a couple of weeks ago, or this week, I think, that the romance in romantasy books now feels very copy and paste. Like it just is the same main character over and over, the same female main character, the same male main character. They all have the same personality. Yeah. Yep. And like the romance is so underdeveloped. Like there's no like it's almost like he just, I hate you. Oh, just kidding. 3 chapters later, I'm in love with you. Yeah. Like, yeah, what? And then in the comment section of that TikTok, somebody said that authors use spice as a replacement for intimacy and vulnerability, and that leads to incredibly shallow and transient love stories. And I could not agree more. Gosh. I know, absolutely. Yeah, that's very true. I think the spice wasn't it wasn't necessary, because you could still have tension and romance, and I don't know, though, their characters, like, I didn't see the, chemistry?
Connection? Yeah, chemistry. There wasn't much.
And again, that might be partially because, our tastes evolve, or because, like, now you're into Sanderson pretty deep, and his romances are believable. Yes. They take time to, like, pay
absolutely. Yes.
There's also like this rant on. Okay, so there's this book that came out. It's called Shield of Sparrows. I don't know if you. Okay. And like
I've heard of it.
I saw it all over our TikTok, and I was like, okay, maybe we should like look into this, because obviously we do book of the month. So I thought maybe it's a popular book. I see it everywhere. Maybe we should. Yeah. But this girl on Goodreads, her entire what do you call it, review of it was basically comparing it to Fourth Wing, and like it's crazy how the like the outline is basically the same. The female main character must be perceived as weak initially, as in many people in the beginning of the book must say at least 3 times, but as we get farther into the book, we see that she's not actually weak. Weird. Yeah. Yep. She must have 2 siblings that aren't seen on page.
My God.
The male main character must be tall, broad, tan, brunette, and have a distinct eye color that is mentioned no less than 100 times.
Oh my God.
Our author's given this like template of like, this is what's gonna sell, so here you go. And
I think yes.
Yeah.
No, I think yes. I think BookTok
Is
has become. It really is.
I appreciate BookTok for like getting more readers and getting people interested in books and stuff, but like it comes to a point where you're just reading the same book over and over. The titles just changed.
And I mean, I was guilty of that when I got into like dark romance, and I did realize it after a few. I'm like, okay, this is kind of, and I'm starting to like. I remember like reviewing the books. I mean, I'm like, wait, like I couldn't even remember. I know, or like they're all blending together at one point. And I'm surprised that it will eventually either fall off or change, right? Things, I mean, this is not going to last forever. There's only so many you can do. I think another problem is with BookTok, there's a lot of people who are, and nothing against indie authors, because I'm reading an indie author right now, and holy shit, it's an amazing read. Oh my God. But you have these people who are just on BookTok, and they're like, I want to write a book. And they have a shit ton of followers, and they just come out, you know, they either use AI or maybe they write it themselves, and it's just, you see a lot of that, and they have a lot of friends. So a lot of people are recommending it, and then I see it, and I'm, maybe it's on KU, might as well. And then it's like, nope, it's the same thing. Yeah. So that's why I like seeing when things are recommended that I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this. I'm going to give it a chance. Because I think those are the ones that end up being better sometimes. Not all BookTok recommendations haven't been bad either. I'm not saying that. I found One Dark Window, love it, and that was because of BookTok. But
ACOTAR and Throne of Glass are also
absolutely and amazing.
One is so far superior than the other.
Yeah, like I don't know how people are like, oh, if you're in a reading however from Throne of Glass, read the Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing?
What?
I want to say too, like,
sorry, no, not even close.
You and I, as like creators too, we kind of fall into that pitfall almost too. Like, I feel like we could do very well, but we won't like sacrifice our likes and dislikes for, you know, getting clout. And like, if we actually put like the effort in, or we put effort in, but like if we read all these like
only BookTok
then we could probably go a lot further than we are. It's just that I don't want to, because then we're just going to end up being like, I don't know, sellouts.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. And it wouldn't be fun for me, right? Like, I have fun doing this.
And if I enjoy the books I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm not just going to do it for views or attention or whatever. So, and I mean, I do like, some books get really hyped up and I get curious and I want to read them, but that's not all I'm going to do. And I think that does kind of, I think if we were more trendy or whatever and followed what everyone else did, maybe we'd get a little more love. But
I mean, I like hanging out with you anyway, so.
I do too. And this has always been like a for fun thing. Like,
yeah,
you know, if people like it, cool. If they don't, whatever. They're missing out. No, I'm just playing. No, but like, yeah, but no, like, totally, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm sorry. I saw that you mentioned the once twice thing. What?
Okay, so another thing that I kind of, and I think she was trying to market it more towards like the BookTok community. So I feel like she added things into the book that just kind of, you know, once twice. Yeah. Like she's mirroring. And to be honest with you, I didn't catch that until the second time I read through, because the first time you were just trying to get through it, right? And then the second time I'm just like,
I noticed it because it was several times. And I've seen it in other books. I actually seen it in the book I'm reading now once, twice, no, just once. But she did it quite a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
and then like she. It feels like sometimes these authors like learn a big word and then they just use it.
Yes.
Like ignoble. Yes. It was everywhere in this book, dude.
Why?
Dude, it pissed me off.
She went to thesaurus.com and was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I love her. I'm just kidding.
No, and like,
I like you.
One Dark Window, fantastic. Honestly, I think the magic system in this book was fantastic. I think it was very unique, and that's why it's a 4 stars, because like,
Absolutely.
she has these ideas that are so good, but it just, I don't know. Maybe she was just trying to get it out, or I don't know.
Yeah, I also am with you on the 4 stars, but mainly like Bartholomew, you know, the gargoyle,
yes,
who calls everyone Bartholomew, and there's you can find out all about that.
Find out why,
You find out why, but he literally outshined.
everything.
I cared more about him than anybody else. I cared more about him than the main characters. And that's not good.
It's not.
Like, your side character, I should not be number 1, but he was number 1.
He was so number 1.
He was funny without really trying, and I just cared about him. Like, he was such a good gargoyle.
He was.
His personality, you just love him so much. She wrote him. She did amazing. Yeah. But it's almost like, dude, I like him more than anyone else.
And I do also appreciate that, like, she didn't create her characters to be like these like supermodels too, you know, like at least there's so I do appreciate that too. It's just also a few other things that really kind of like got my goat, and I think that's just because of who I am as a person and not like that she's wrong. But a fun fact about boysenberries is that and they do exist in this book. Like, if you look at, I forget which publisher has the boysenberry. It's somewhere in the UK. But the sprayed edges are boysenberries, and like the inner it's boysenberries. So the problem, because boysenberries are cultivated, they don't just exist in the wild, and they are cultivated in Knott's, California. Like, the whole reason why Knott's Berry Farm exists is because Knott, the guy that created Knott's Berry Farm, cultivated these berries. Well, he didn't cultivate them. He helped cultivate, like, spread their whatever throughout California. But they were not made until the 1920s in California.
So funny.
And I mean, I might have like a special interest in boysenberries. Like, I have 2 boysenberry plushies. Like, it might be like a specific thing that I know and not her fault. But
do your research, though.
And it's crazy too, because like, again, I'm going to continue to compare it against One Dark Window because that's what we have, right? Like, that she wrote this book. She also wrote this book. Elspeth Yarrow, it could possibly be a reference to an Elspeth Rioch that was trialed for witchcraft by using yarrow. Like, if you did the research that far on naming your main characters, why did you stop?
Right. And we made jokes about it never getting past
Yeah.
It would never. She would know.
She would know. And another thing that might also be just me being nitpicky is I've never known Benji to be short for Benedict. Like, I don't, and I think
Benjamin.
Yes,
right?
Benjamin is what Benji is short for. Like, you could have it could have been Benny. It could have been Ben. Like,
right. It is weird.
If you were sold on it being Benji, name him Benjamin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense. I remember you asking me or talking to me about that. I'm like, maybe it's one of those weird, like, my name's William, call me Bob. What?
Call me Dick. What?
Like, that doesn't make sense though. So yeah, I think it's I wonder why.
Yeah, because like, I do like Benji as a name, and maybe that's like what she got stuck on, but like,
maybe it's someone she knew. Maybe it was like,
maybe.
It is weird.
His parents are wrong.
But yeah, I also, like I said, gave it 4 stars. It wasn't bad. It wasn't One Dark Window.
I am complaining a lot about it, but again, I feel like that's because I can be critical of it, because we can see what she can write. Like, we know that she's capable.
Read the second one.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because, like I said, it's not bad. It's not a bad book. I know we're saying shit, but it's not bad. It's just things we saw that we didn't, like, where did this come from? I hope she's not moving. I hope she's not going to do, like...
What Sarah J. Maas did?
Sarah J. Maas did, exactly, where you're just trying to cater now. And it's like, don't, just do you, because that's all you need to do. And maybe, you know, this one just fell short first. Maybe part 2 will be better. I know I did, now I love One Dark Window, but that was one duology where I actually think I like the second more.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens. I am like that with movies too. Like, I don't want to see the sequel. I don't care. Books are a little different with sequels, of course, but like, I usually always am a fan of like the first one. And with I don't know if I like Two Twisted Crowns more, but it may be a little more, like a sprinkle.
I feel like I'm waiting for that too, of for some of the things to like make more sense too, in a way, because like Two Twisted Crowns did put a lot of One Dark Window into perspective. Like, you got the payoff. So I'm kind of waiting, because there's a few more things that I could bitch about. But I'm wondering if it's like it's going to pay off once we read the second one.
Read the second one, yeah. And I will read it. I'm going to read it. I like her. Like, I watched a lot of her like bits and pieces of her tour.
Yeah.
Like, I like her. She seems just chill, like a, I don't know.
I'm really curious as to why they chose like a British person to read the book.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what's funny though? A lot of the books I read, that's what I hear in my head when it's old timey. Yeah, automatically. Oh, automatically. That's what I hear in my brain. Yeah, I mean, not that kind, but it's funny because I don't know why I like, maybe because a lot of the movies I've seen, I always just kind of mesh fantasy and
King Arthur.
You know, yes,
yeah,
they just go together. I don't know, but yeah, not sure why she did that.
That's also why I think we're gonna bring him up again. Sanderson. Some of his fantasy is I would say not for everyone, because it doesn't fit that like Arthurian. I don't know if that's a word, I just made that up. But like that King Arthur like aesthetic of fantasy, because a lot of like fantasy is knights and fairies and elves and stuff. So his being like, just kidding, it's metal, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that is also a unique take on the fantasy genre, because we do just get a lot of fairies, and I'm a little over it.
Yeah, I like it, but it starts all being the same.
Yes.
And I really love how Sanderson writes, okay, like Elantris is very like, it's political, and it's a lot of religion, not pushy religion, not, you know what I mean, just that's, you know.
He's got like world building. All of his worlds have religion. Yes.
Why am I reading a book that's like all about that? And I am invested. Like, I never thought in a million years I would think or be into it or want to know what happens. And again, not everybody. I think a lot of people who read romantic fantasy, romantasy, whatever, may not like Sanderson, because there's not a lot of, there's some books where there's not even romance.
Romance, yeah.
There usually is something going on, but it's never, there's no spice. And I've seen people say that. Oh, well,
there's spice anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they don't know what a female's gonna write spice better. Males, it's just it. But he writes. I don't know. I love all his writing. I'm obsessed. It's ridiculous.
Back to it again.
You have, and I'm here. I go. I'm going off topic. In your bedroom, you have an owl claw in him. Yes, okay. Or at least let me. I don't know how I can pick him up and put him down so he's in my.
Well, yeah, in your
catalog or something. Anyways, we'll do that after. So yeah, sorry, I saw it and I was like, oh, you're fine. Yeah, I've been really staring at the owl clock for a good 10 minutes. But
have you seen the owl I got yesterday?
Yes, I want him. He is so cute. He's yours, but I love him. I might sneak him out. No, I'm just kidding.
It's fine.
I would never.
There's another one that was also in books. I'm gonna have to like insert a photo like on a TikTok or something.
Yes.
There's another one, but I wasn't sure how much I. You're gonna get your head, and then also an owl.
I want my head on my owl. I can't wait for my head.
I know.
I don't know. I forget what I always forget phrenology.
There it is.
It's like this. People used to study like head feels.
Like
Physiology.
Like the back of your head is like
kind of like reading a palm, right? But
Yeah.
your head. And I saw it in My Girl, and I'm like, oh, I have a really bad story about one. And I wanted one ever since I seen it when in My Girl. I don't know why. And I've been looking for one forever since I saw My Girl. So yeah, it's been some years. And I told you this before we went into the antique store by your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then there it was. But guess what I found out about? Guess who else had a fucking phrenology head?
Ooh.
Not Jeffrey Epstein in his bedroom.
No.
God damn it. I'm watching this thing and it's like they're going through cows. I'm like, this terrible human being. And then they mentioned it. They're like, in his bedroom, he had a phrenology head, and they show it, which was known for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, all the people. I mean, I know it has nothing to do with anything, but like, nobody knows what that is. He knew.
I guess. He's onto something.
This fucking guy.
Damn it.
One of the worst humans to ever exist.
Legitimately.
And I have like something in common. I think maybe maybe not. Maybe it was just one of them people, interior decorator, who had no idea what was going on and was like, I think a head should be here. Probably not. I was so upset. I still want my head.
He's bold.
I still want my head though.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I was like, I haven't heard or seen anything about these since My Girl, and I see it brought up again when it's a fucking Epstein documentary.
Maybe he was really into My Girl. Which,
I mean, yeah, probably. Young kids.
Yep.
Gross.
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh. I bet he went through it, dude. I bet he went through it. They all did. They all did. I feel so bad for all of them.
I feel so gross. Like, the more I learn about any of this, the more gross I feel.
And you know, when I was really young, how I thought it would be so cool to be on Disney or Nick Jr. And now I'm like,
so happy. Look at them.
Dude, you know how many people offered my parents, like,
the twins? Yeah.
With boys? Call my agent. Here's a phone number. My mom was always like, no.
For her, dude.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it could have been so bad for them. You know, all of us, for money. And people will be crazy for money. If you ever get a chance, here we go again, but, what's her name? There's a documentary about her. She was in Playboy when she was like 9. Her mom allowed it. Real pretty, dark hair, and she was sexualized. She was in that movie where they're like on an island, Blue Lagoon. What was her name?
Brooke Shields?
There it is. Yeah.
When I get real quiet, I'm thinking, guys.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. There's like a documentary about her, and it's the saddest thing you'll ever see.
Oh yeah.
She's been through it, and her mom was terrible. Anyways, Epstein, phrenology head, antique stores. I'm trying to get us back to where we were.
Back up.
Owls sitting on books. It was the cutest figurine, though. I love it. You need to somehow maybe do an antique find TikTok.
I should.
Just show like all the little things you've gotten, because people should see. It's really, you have some really cute stuff.
I need to fix my. Well, once your head goes away, I can actually fix some of my bookshelves too, because it's just hanging out there. I didn't unwrap it from the bubble wrap because I didn't think it was going to be a whole thing. Are you trying to wake me up?
Yep.
But yeah, like I do want to fix my bookshelves a little bit. I think the 2 blue ones are really good. It's just the white one that's a little match. And my brain doesn't like that, but
yeah, it's very pretty though. Her whole house is like the coolest. Every time I go there, I'm like, I love it here. Can I move in? Can I move in? No.
Except for my kitchen, dude. It pisses me off.
You should decorate it in 90s apples.
I should actually, because that's, or like that Fat Chef.
Yeah, just just for the meme. You know they have Fat Chef stuff at Dollar Tree right now. I went there yesterday.
Really? I mean, I've got a Dollar Tree.
Just do it for the meme, because I mean everything's $1.25. Just 5 quarters, worth it.
Just take everything off and then put that there and take a picture.
Yeah, go to the 5-quarter store and just take
5 quarters.
Yeah, I did not make that up. I saw a chick call it that.
Oh man.
Nina Poole, do you know her?
Yes.
I love her hacks. I've used quite a bit. She calls it the 5-quarter store, and it's just my favorite thing.
That's funny, dude.
I wish I was that witty and made that up, but no.
Me too, dude.
Okay, so are we?
Do you have anything else?
What are you currently reading?
I just got, what is it called? The God of Endings on my, what is it called? Libby app that just came up. So I'm gonna start reading that. And I also have The Fisherman, so we'll figure out which one I read first.
Okay.
But The God of Endings, I believe it's like more of a like vampire historical fiction. It's by Jacqueline Holland. And then The Fisherman is more of like a Aldrich horror book. It's got like kind of like Cthulhu vibes. So we'll figure it out. I'm kind of a mood reader at the moment. What are you?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. I am reading The Artist of Blackberry Grange by Paulette Kennedy. She is an independent author. She does have a few books out. I'm gonna give y'all the Goodreads description if you don't mind. So it's so good. So oh my god, I'm obsessed. But for a young caregiver in the Ozarks, an old house, haunting memories, and a ghostly novel about family secret sacrifice and lost loves by the author of The Devil and Mrs. Davenport. So in the summer of 1925, the winds of change are particularly chilling for a young woman whose life suddenly become unbalanced. Devastated by her mother's death and a cruel broken engagement, Sadie Halloran learns that her great aunt Marguerite, a renowned artist now in the throes of dementia, needs a living companion. Grasping at the newfound purpose, Sadie leaves her desolate Kansas City boarding house for, Blackberry Grange. Marguerite's once grand mansion sitting precariously atop an Arkansas bluff. Though Marguerite is is a fading shell of the vibrant woman, Sadie remembers Marguerite is feverishly compelled to paint eerie, hallucinatory portraits of old lovers, some cherished, some regretted, and some beastly, all of them haunting. With each passing night, time itself seems to shift with the shadows of Blackberry Grange. As truth and delusion begin to blur, Sadie must uncover the secrets that hold Marguerite captive to her past before reality and Marguerite's life slips away entirely. It's so goddamn good. So,
holy shit.
There's haunted paintings. What the hell? And, oh my gosh, I don't want to give anything away. It is so good. Like, I am losing it over this. And what fun thing. So she also has so once I started reading this book, I was like, well, I'm going to read more by her. And she has this book called The Witch of Tin Mountain.
I've heard that one. I love that one.
I can't wait to read it because it is mentioned in this book twice. And then there's a person who is down. I go back up to Tin Mountain, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm like, that is so fun.
That is really fun.
I am going to read that for sure now. But no, so the book kind of starts off with our main character, and she was in a relationship with a married man. Not good. That doesn't work out.
Obviously.
Yeah, as it shouldn't. And her family kind of looks, I mean, it's frowned upon now, but especially then, right? Real, no. Like the 20s, big no. So she, so you're going through all of that, and you're kind of like, And then she goes to move in with her, what else is she going to do? Have any money? He kind of took care of her, but now he's like, nah, I'm done with you. And so she has nothing. She doesn't want to ask her family because, I mean, they have a relationship still. It's strained, and her mother's passed and everything. So she finds out about her aunt and goes to the house. And her poor aunt she has dementia. And then she has a nurse, and then there's a man who lives near her who helps take care of her. He's kind of like the groundskeeper. A lot. Yeah. And she sees some people in the house, and you start finding out about them, and there's ghosts and haunted, but it's not like, oh, I'm scared. it's scary, it's creepy, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's atmosphere, it's like atmospheric, creepy, old-timey, scary. She becomes kind of obsessed with one of the men in one of the paintings because she gets to spend time with him. Please read it.
I will. I already added it to my.
It's on Kindle Unlimited. You can listen to it. Also, I got it on Kindle KU, and then I went to Audible, and it was like play, and I'm like, oh, no credit,
Yeah.
no credit. So I pressed play, I busted out my puzzle, and I am just having this time with this book. So yeah, it's great, and I am going to definitely be reading because it mentioned the Witch of Tin Mountain, and she went to see somebody to help her what's going on, and she was from Tin Mountain and had to, she's like, you can find me or reach me at Tin Mountain. I'm like, is that the witch?
So fun.
Is that the witch? Is that the witch in the other book? So I'm so excited. I don't know what the Devil and Mrs. Davenport. Heard of it. Don't know what it's about, but she is independent. She this book only has 338 reviews, 3,488 ratings, which compared to some of the stuff, that's like not a lot. So I definitely want to give her a shout out once I complete this book.
Oh hell.
Read it, everybody. I'm not even done, and I'm recommending. Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. And then
Here I am.
5 next episode so racist and like.
I know. Next episode, I'll be like, sorry about that, guys.
Hey guys, actually.
Yeah. Whoops. No.
Oops.
Really good. Really good so far. Really good so far. So we did decide on a book of the month, right?
Yes.
So go ahead.
We are going to read The Bog Wife by Kay Cronister. I think that's how it's said. Yeah. It's horror, gothic, fiction, fantasy, mystery, thriller, magical realism. So, very exciting. Yeah. It's like kind of our aesthetic at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of more of a typical Burr read for us, like Burr month read, but I want to read it now. Our TBRs. So yeah, we both wanted to read.
It's good enough to put on the shelf.
I love the cover.
Me too.
I want it to be good.
I saw it when I was in Rapid in that like little I think it's called Mitzi's Books or something.
I love that little store.
Yeah, it was there, and I was like, putting on my TBR.
It's such a cute little store. I haven't been, but yeah, you filmed that TikTok for it, and I'm like, I want to go. I should do one of ours. I should do one of our little thrift store here in town, or our little bookstore here in town.
Should. Yeah.
It's
cute. Telling you, if we posted more and actually like thought about it beforehand, we could actually probably do okay. We're just so ADHD that we're like, I'll post.
Yeah, that's truth. I get ideas though sometimes, get really excited, and then I tell you, I'm gonna do this. I get super excited. But no, I'm gonna do I'll you know what? Soon. I'll go down to our used bookstore and I'll do a whole little thing. Because it's a cute little place. And it's across the street from a small coffee shop, and I like supporting local stuff. So yeah. I get some coffee and then I'll go to the used bookstore. And there's antique stores too. You've never been downtown here.
No.
Like old downtown. They have it's kind of cool. So there's summer's so hot. I'm like, we are not going anywhere. But there's a neon sign park, and it's all of the like neon signs that were around here in like, 60s, 70s, 80s when they were real popular. And once those places closed or they remodeled, they moved them all into this park. So there's this park with all the old neon signs up. It's really neat.
Fun.
Yeah, and then there's like a bunch of antique stores, and there's an old like theater where they sometimes have like battle of bands and stuff, and showings too. They did like a whole Edgar Allan Poe thing, but I didn't know about it until it was there. And then there's a the bookstore and little local coffee shop, little local ice cream shop. It's a really cute area. You just don't want to go there after dark.
Well,
it's a little scary after.
Go many places after dark.
It's that's where all the you just want to go there at night. During the day, it's a daytime place. But yeah, it's really cute during the day. It's where I get my hair done too.
Oh really?
Yeah, my salon's down there. It's so cute.
That is cute.
And guess what? Her name's Stephanie.
There can only be one.
She's pretty cool. But no.
No big deal.
But yeah, let me get back on track. So the Bog Wife.
Yes.
Super excited about that one. Yeah, it's been on both of our TBRs for quite some time.
Wow. Yeah, at least a year for me.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna read this last spooky season, and then I didn't.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will read it this month. So it'll be really fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's all for today's episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
This has been Novelty with S&B.
I'm your co-host, Stephanie.
And I'm back.
Oh, like and subscribe and follow.
Yes,
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, do all the things. And this has been Novelty with S&B. See you in the next chapter.